I'm just at the tipping point. I'm going to stop talking about it. Let's do this. Let's go in game. Let's cast some StarCraft 2. I'm better at that than dealing with Twitch chat right now. To the bottom right-hand side, our orange Zerg player from Romantic Gaming is Denver. And to the top left-hand side, our Teal Terran is DeMusliM from Wind and Rain. So both these players started off 0-1 in the group. A loss against Stefano. Let's see what happens here as we get back into this. And we look to see what will happen. Now, Wardy, the mods might be telling out people responsibly and getting pleasure from it. I don't know, guys. I don't know, man. That'd be a little bit... that'd be a little bit weird. Wardy, am I being annoying? I ask a lot of noob questions? No, that's totally fair. I mean, honestly, when I see people getting banned out, it's literally just the most, like, brain dead, obviously you're going to get timed out sort of situation. Like, and then people come back looking for more. They're like, oh, you know what? It wasn't, you know, being timed out once wasn't fun enough. Let's get timed out again. Oh, and let's call them mods out for being, you know, whatever words you want to use to describe the mods in a derogatory manner. Believe it or not, that'll get you timed out again. It's crazy. Right, guys, let's talk about this, but very quickly, coaches coming in with the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much. Do appreciate it. Thank you very much. What should abstain from reading chat, but I like to talk to my chat. Talking to my chat's one of the big things about why I love solo casting so much, because I can talk to you guys on a regular basis. It's nice to be able to talk to you guys on a regular basis, and oftentimes I can. It's a big part of the channel. And I only really talk to chat and, you know, and talk to the, you know, kind of bring up the bad points when we are usually at the start of a game or between games. Which is why we're going to drop it now, because this game is obviously getting very interesting very quickly, because we do see a couple of Reapers on the way out already, and we have a third barracks coming in the main base. This is something which Maru did at WSG, and he was the first one I saw doing this in Abiogenesis, but a few people have really shown up and really kind of started to use this. Clem quite like doing this on Abiogenesis, and the reason is Reapers are really not that strong anymore compared to what they used to be, but Abiogenesis is such a good map. I mean, there's like jump ups here on the natural. You can go to the third base and jump out here. You can jump up on this ledge. If this map was actually a standard macro map, it would actually be ruined by Reapers. The fact that it's Abiogenesis makes people be like, ah, it's fine if Reapers are dumb on this map. It's kind of crazy. So, yeah, here on Abiogenesis, we get set up, we get ready to go into DeMusliM. It's a pressure play. You expand behind this, you get your macro going, and he's going to be, you know, just slowing down Denver as much as he can. Denver actually already starts up some roaches here. Let's see how this goes. We see another couple of Reapers coming across the map and seeing what's going to happen. We are going to be having the Tech Lab starting up already on the main base barracks, so he's already looking to somewhat transition away from this a little bit. We're just going to be jumping up in towards the main base here and trying to see what's going on, but not finding too much here as they continue to apply a little bit of pressure. More Reapers around the left-hand side, and just trying to see maybe what we can get up to. Obviously a lot of roaches, and it's only been roach production from Denver. Does he use this aggressively? The one thing about Reapers is they were very good at holding off counter roach attacks because they were able to grenade a lot by a lot of time while they kind of kept roaches and ravages from moving across the map. But at the same time, roaches and ravages, as they move across, you know, as they move across the map, they, you know, they usually used to have to move along a long way, and Reapers used to have more grenades per second to use. You know, they used to have grenades every 7 seconds, not every 14. So in this scenario, you can already see it happening. The roach player is able to get across the map so quickly to counter, and Denver looking to try and maybe break through the front here in the next few moments. You do see those couple of Reapers hopping up in towards the natural. Roaches and ravages coming in, a couple of corrosive bars being dropped. We do see a supply depot. Is going to get some damage right there, so we're going to see the depot going to lower. A few more corrosive bars. I think that's... Oh, it's actually on the barracks. He's trying to shut down the production. Now, Marauders started pretty quickly here, which is one of the reasons the Roaches were also able to come across the map pretty quick, because he started Tech Labs. He started Marines and Marauders. There wasn't as many Reapers as usual. But continuing to move forwards, Denver is making some real progress right now. DeMusliM pulls up to the main, where he's got extra barracks coming down. He's actually continuing to build racks as well. Main base has to lift up. Can he hold the high ground? Overlord comes in, and oh, corrosive vials on Stim would be absolutely really frustrating at the moment. Well, first cross of bars come down. Stim's not going to finish here at all, and DeMusliM is in a world of trouble as these roaches and ravagers move up this ramp into the main. Couple throws of bars drop down. SCVs are pulled in to help the fight, but I think Denver's counterattack is just a bit too good. We have our shortest game of the night. GG, Denver. So, I think, yeah, I think it's a lot of fun, honestly. I think it's a lot of fun, TvZ. Probably still my favorite matchup, I think. Bottom left-hand side, our Teal Terran player. This is DeMusliM from Wind and Rain. And to the top right, our orange Zerg player from Romantic Gaming is Denver. What's up, Freemason69 in the chat? Hello, how's it going? You said hello to me about 7 times today. How are you doing? Are you okay? Terran feels so broken though because of Raven Ghost. Okay, so late game, I really think Ravens en masse are an issue. But I also think a lot of Raven Ghost issues come from or stem from maps kind of allowing you to get to Raven Ghost very easily. I think Mass Raven is just a bit too easy to get to right now. And it is very good when you get there. But there's definitely counterplay. There's definitely ways to beat it. But on maps like Backwater, how do you ever stop a Terran just having 4 or 5 bases and taking, you know, getting up to Raven Ghost? I kind of feel it's more of a map issue than anything else. It's an interesting discussion. I'm not really kind of dead set on an answer for Ravens or what I think about Ravens, but I think they're a little bit powerful. Anyways, guys, this game is interesting too. Gas Pool Hatch. And it's a very late hatch as well, by the way, so he's really going to have a very early Ling speed, as he's going to be looking to try and cancel this command center. So it's going to be only Ling productions for a little while here from Denver. You see a few Lings coming down towards the bottom left-hand side, and we are just going to be having the, well, CC. Obviously is in a massive amount of trouble. I really think one of the best things you can do right here is get walled off on the main, cancel the CC as soon as you realize what's going on, and just build it again on the main base. Like, it just saves you so many issues, and realistically, with this many Lings on the way out, with speed about to finish, it's going to be so difficult to defend here. The Reaper is so far out of position as well. Yeah. I don't see a way you actually defend this right now as DeMusliM. I think you just have to cancel the CC and just accept the fact that Denver is massively behind on drones to be able to get into this sort of a position in the first place anyways. And DeMusliM, for now, this just looks like a few Lings, but as more Lings show up and speed finishes, he's going to realize it's a bit different. Repairs there on the reactor, so no breakthrough. It is mostly just about the CC, and he cancels it as soon as he really realizes what's going on here. As we are going to be having the Reaper just going to hop up to the main, just needs to keep on repairing the depots. And again, it costs a lot of units to actually be able to do this. Like, Reaper grenade goes down, and actually Denver dodges away from it. A couple of Marines, though, and that really is the end of this attack for the moment. So Lings have to back away down that ramp. More Lings are still reinforcing, though. Denver continuing to bring units across the map here to try and see what else he can get done. Bunker is just finished up between these two barracks, and we are going to have another command center from DeMusliM starting up in the main base. A couple of Marines picking their way through a couple of these Zerglings. So little bits of damage being done right there. As we will see an SCV coming in on either side from DeMusliM and repairing up this couple of depots. So a couple of depots getting repaired on up, and we are going to see those Zerglings routine back up towards the upper right-hand side, and we're going to see Creep Team of Denver just spreading around as well. DeMusliM rebuilding his natural and his main base now, of course, still ahead on workers, and that's so important to keep note of. DeMusliM has an income lead despite how this game's been going, right? And that income lead is still what keeps him in this, right? I mean, yes, there's a lot of Lings, but as Hellions come up, it's actually, I guess it's a little bit frustrating because DeMusliM actually didn't go into a factory. He went for the double rack, so he went for the 2-on-1. So it's actually a little bit more difficult than usual for him to deal with Zerglings en masse, because usually you'd have Hellions by now being reacted out. In this case, you don't. You have a lot of Marines, and they are harder to break back down onto the natural whiff as we get this set up and ready to go. Engineering Bay is finishing up in the back of the main. Stimpack still just over halfway done here. And finishing up, and that will be able to lift up and drop down to the natural. Roach Warren on the way up behind this natural mineral line, and we do see the third base as well from Denver. Also coming down off to the side, so he's starting to get back up there. He's now starting to take an income lead, but again, he's been behind on income for a while. The Terran player has the tech advantage, right? I mean, he's got Marines, he's going to have Stim, he's going to have Medivacs. It is the 2-1-1 job, obviously delayed, because of the fact that this game was very, very slow up until now. Or very aggressive from Denver, which slowed DeMusliM down a bit. We are just going to be seeing these extra Zerglings coming across, so Denver going to try and look to see what he can do. Engineering Bay coming down. This is enough Marines to turn those Lings away. Obviously, DeMusliM will want to get a full wall off before he lifts up with the Medivacs, because there's no way he's going to leave with those Lings out the front, and just kind of letting them run into his natural, right? So, DeMusliM getting set up to lift up here. I mean, again, +1's coming through, combat shield's coming through, DeMuslim's getting into a powerful position. As the first 2 Medivacs units get ready to move out onto the map, he is going to be in a position where in the near future he might be able to go in towards a third and fourth Medivac and continue to reinforce. I actually think if he hits with +1, like 3 or 4 Medivacs and Marines, he can get a lot done here. Roach is on the way up, but they don't trade so well when +1's ready to go. Marines stim into that corner, the rest of the Marines are running over. We lose a few Marines here, but it pretty much guarantees the death of those Zerglings. And as those go down, I think DeMusliM can finally lift up and move across the map. Only 12 Marines. But again, another Medivac just popped, and I'm sure we'll be bringing the reinforcements across as well here very soon. 12 Marines inside these Medivacs coming all the way over. A couple of creep tumors from Denver spreading on out, moving forwards, and we are going to be seeing those Roaches just setting up at the moment. A Zergling going to come around, just going to sit between the minerals. Marines dropping down, picks off an Overlord supply block for Denver momentarily. I don't know if DeMusliM probably not too confident pushing on forwards with just 12 Marines, but he can definitely kind of drop around the edges, clean up some creep spread. Maybe drop in the main, grab a drone or two, but as he sees units in position, I doubt he'll actually commit to it, but it pulls units away to maybe give him more time to clean up creep. Another drop along the right-hand side of the map is going to actually fly through this watchtower, so that's being seen right away. As we are going to see this Medivac will be trying to drop in towards the third very soon. Again, Marines unloaded in the main base. We'll jump back into those Medivacs here as a Queen and Roaches coming into position. And we are going to be seeing the army of DeMusliM on the map. He's not really strong enough to just kind of drop and suddenly fight where it stands. Maybe if he gathered everything together, it'd be a bit of a different scenario. I have to say, Denver is actually surprising me. He's really looking to go for a big Roach attack here. His income's actually gone up quite significantly. He's made up for that initial income deficit in the game. He still holds the income lead, and you can see that starting to explode in his army supply now. DeMusliM sees all of these Roaches, but if he just sits on 2 bases with the siege tanks, he's going to be able to just sit here for a while. Denver now with his own +1 attack as armor comes in from DeMusliM. But can Denver actually attack? It feels like he wants to attack. You know, he's got +1 just finished, a lot of Roach Ravager. But can you commit across the map when there's this many Medivacs with Marines inside still just moving around here? Probably not. Probably not. 11 Roaches continue to come on through. It's going to be... DeMuslim's moving out into the middle, but I actually wonder if the +1 armor, maybe it's still good enough. Depends how off guard DeMusliM gets caught. He's going to have to siege up these tanks, surely. Is he going to just stand here and fight this? He is. I guess if he tries to siege the tanks, the corrosive bars just kill him off. Tanks fall backwards. He still has the Medivacs to lift up and back away from this fight at any moment if he wants to. Extra Marines show up. He's at the point now where he's waded through most of the Roaches and the Ravagers are under fire. He's lost 2 of the tanks so far. He'll load up. Again, I mean, the questionable part of that is, why do you load up? You know, why don't you siege the tanks? But I think if you siege the tanks, they're just so immobile.